So did you see I mentioned Hook dying in one of the dots?
I think the music's playing, but we can't hear it, so we'll dance anyway.
Greetings
from Storybrooke. I'm Bill Meeks. And we have a new mixing board. It's also the One Sif special number 2. The second of our One Sif specials where we ask One Sif or what if something or this or that or the other happened on Once Upon a Time.
Yes.
How you doing, Anne-Marie?
I am spectacular. And yourself?
I am great. That's a nice tiara you have on.
Isn't it pretty? I like it.
Okay, well, we're going to bring our guest on in just a minute, but before we do, and by the way, keep in mind we might have some technical issues this episode just because we're using the new mixing board and stuff.
Mixing board, has some guests.
Yeah, please be very forgiving.
Be kind. Rewind.
Why don't you show what Nicole sent in for our thing that we're going to put back here eventually.
This thing that's back here.
Yeah, we're going to put a poster behind Anne-Marie for the video feed at youtube.universebox.com eventually. We usually record, by the way, Mondays, 8:30 p.m. EST. But, yeah.
Okay, first up is a Gatorade bottle called Haterade of Gripe Enabler. It's bottled in Tallahassee, and it can also be frozen.
Yes, let me show the camera this. Oh, is it gonna...
Oh, can't really tilt angles.
Oh,
almost.
Yeah, it's a little
there you go.
Right there, but yeah, you can see that, the Haterade.
Then there is a bottle of magic juice that is imported from Mist Haven. It's 8 o'clock somewhere, and it has a drunkard of Gus Gus.
Nice. These are deep cuts, people, that Nicole sent in. Thank you very much, Nicole.
Yay,
very much.
Thank you.
And I should have had the PO box pulled up.
You should have.
Yeah, but if you guys, because we're trying to fill out a poster board, kind of like we have for Gotham over there with Once Upon a Time stuff, and so we set up a post office box so you can send in really anything. Flat.
If you could, just for the ease of the post office box, Caravan Marie would help them.
Marie, okay.
Caravan Marie, or throw my name on there somewhere.
Yeah, and then you can just send that to Greetings from Storybrooke, Caravan Marie, P.O. Box 2641, Ackworth, Georgia 30102. And she sent us in also a cookie recipe because she sent
cookies.
Yeah, because she sent that in for our cookie episode of Universe Box, our new podcast, which we also wanted to mention. We're 3 episodes in now, right? We did. It's stories set to a theme. Each episode has a particular theme. The first one was home. The second one was retro tech. The third one was cookies. And we're doing Vacation this week. If you want to check it out, it's at universebox.com. And if you want to hop over to iTunes, you can just get it on iTunes. And since it's so early, it's really helpful if you guys could go ahead and leave some reviews for us, just so we could get bumped up into that new and notable and kind of get seen by people as they're looking for new podcasts to enjoy.
A new and notable podcast. There we go.
Yeah, we like
I'm just
being
playing like 5 because you want to give us a 5-star.
You don't have to give us a 5-star. Give us a 1-star. That's fine. We don't care.
Just write something.
Okay, well, I guess we'll go ahead and bring on our guest. Let's see here. First up is Hope. How you doing, Hope?
Meeks is a dumb butt. What?
I'm a dumb butt.
You are a dumb butt, apparently.
Why am I a dumb butt?
Me and Amy were talking about now how we know how to find you. Ha
Wait.
Hi guys, I'm Hope Mullinax. I'm weird. I'm on the show as their guest. What's up?
Hello.
Howdy. And also joining us is Amy. How are you doing, Amy?
I'm doing good. How are you guys?
Great. Great. Sorry you can't see us. We were about to get started streaming, and because we're doing this all through a Google Hangout. Usually we can see each other and make faces at each other and everything, but we had to turn off the camera to conserve bandwidth.
Anyway,
for the live stream
again, technical difficulties.
But Hope, you had something you wanted to mention before we got started asking One Sif, right?
I do. So I am teaming up with Greenwish to do a small fundraiser for Mr. Raphael Sparch. His birthday is later this week on the 12th. And so I'm doing
for people who might not know, explain what Greenwish is.
Oh, Greenwish is a nonprofit organization that was made by Raphael Sparch, who plays Jiminy Cricket on our lovely Once Upon a Time, and Archie Hopper. And what they do is they fund green projects in small communities. So if you have a project that you want to do in your community and you don't quite have the funding for it, you can contact Greenwish and they will help you out with it. They'll help you set it up. And they're a really great organization. I've done some work with them already before. And so I'm just doing a little fun fundraiser for them.
Excellent.
So what it is starting right now, this moment, the fundraiser starts right now, and it ends Thursday on the 12th, which is Mr. Sabarge's birthday, midnight your time. So that means that if, say, like I'm on the East Coast and hits midnight, West Coast, you still have like 3 hours to finish. And so what you're going to do is you're going to donate to Greenwish. It can be any amount. It doesn't have to be a bajillion dollars. I mean, even $5 or $10 goes a long way. So maybe instead of buying like a latte or a meal or anything like that, go out and donate to Greenwish for Mr. Sparge. And then you're going to make one of these. And a nice sign that says, I donated to Greenwish, and you want to make sure you hashtag it. So your hashtag is going to be Happy Birthday, Raphael.
Hold that over a little bit close, like hold it over your face for a minute, a little farther back so people can see the hashtag. A little back. Okay, yep, that's good. That should be good, yep.
And so you can put this on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Tumblr. As soon as the show's over, I'm going to put it on all of mine. And so any amount will do. It really goes a long way. Raphael is going to be over the moon about it. I've already been talking to Patty, who works for them, and he's already like super duper excited about it. So I'm personally excited. So you have until now, until midnight your time, and make sure you donate. It'll be really fun. I really highly suggest it. I mean, $5 to $10 goes a really long way if we all donate $5 to $10.
Oh yeah, for sure. I would go personally right now and donate, but I'm hosting a show, so I can't at the moment.
We can't do it right now.
I'm going to hold you to that, Bill Meeks. I better
totally
get some hashtags from you.
Definitely do.
Absolutely.
I'm all about the hashtags.
And what you have to do to donate is just go to greenwish.com, and at the very top corner they have a donate button, and it just goes through PayPal.
Awesome.
Hold on. Let me.
You're gonna do it now, aren't you?
Greenwish.com. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm going to do this right now because you know what? It's good.
We're doing
it. This sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And you can see Hope there next to me as I do it. Okay, so you just go up to the top and click donate.
Like shadow creatures. This is a funny.
Oh, and it took me to PayPal, so now we're going to go back off of the screen capture for a minute so I can sign in.
I'm going to do a little dance.
I think some people...
Uptown Funk, don't give it to you. He's Uptown Funk.
I'm kind of into that song, by the way. Yes.
So what did you say, Hope? $5, right?
$5 to $10, man. It goes a long way. And just afterwards, make sure you just like tweet it, make a sign. That way, if you make like, little signs, Mr. Sabarge can actually see them, and you can just like tweet like a little picture, and that way he knows that we all love him because Archie. Archie says in Once Upon a Time, I will always do my best, and we should always do our best for the world. And we should always do our best as a fandom, and we should always support each other and use our fandom to make great things happen.
Oh, for sure. And what was the... You know what? I just got my donation. I donated $6.
Oh.
Whoa!
I know. High roller. And I'm tweeting a link to the website, greenwish.com. And what was the hashtag again?
Happy birthday, Raphael.
Yep.
Happy... birthday, Rafa. Is it RAPHAEL?
Yep, AEL.
AEL.
And I can see all you guys in the chat room. I say that with love.
I typed, I just donated to donate. No, I just donated to Greenwish.
Here.
I'm so proud of you, Bill. See, fandom can do great things if we all just come together and do it together and just make wonderful, beautiful things happen. And the Once Upon a Time, Once Upon a Time is about hope and love and bettering and saving the world, but we have to save our own world first. So.
Oh, for sure. Here.
Oh. Whoa!
Sorry about that.
See, that's the celebration music.
Yeah. Here, 1 second. I'm trying to get this up in the camera here. Can I do this? And then I was gonna.
Bad pictures. You can't. We'll come back to it. We'll do it later.
No, we got to do this.
Okay.
We got to do this.
So
Here.
20 minutes.
It's Eye of the Tiger, Thrill the Fight, Anne-Marie.
I feel like I needed a marker.
Here, I'm gonna. So, we'll try and truncate this in the audio version, but the video viewers are getting a treat right now. I'm gonna try and take a selfie of us. Let me focus on the paper here.
This is hilarious.
This is fun.
Okay, and I just need
to... what's up, chat room? How you guys doing?
Yeah, talk with the chat room for a moment while I get this email over to myself so I can tweet it.
Someone's talking, whoever Scotty is, you're talking about the Mad Hatter, so you have now intrigued me.
The Mad Hatter is definitely your favorite.
That's my boo.
Your
Yeah,
boo?
that's my
That
boo.
is her boo.
That's my boo. We're gonna get married and have beautiful babies, and same thing with the Knave of Hearts. We're gonna get married and have beautiful babies.
So you're gonna have
I think you're
husband
gonna fight Captain America
men
for him.
or
I will
husbands.
Hey,
Uh-oh.
What was you guys? Are you still there, Hope? Did we lose you, Hope?
Nope, she's there.
Okay, she's coming back.
Coming back.
Little Stream trouble.
Oh,
we dropped her.
we dropped Aim.
Did we drop
no,
everybody?
I'm still here, but your audio's messing up.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm hearing it
interesting.
too.
oh no.
Nice. Let's see. It's okay over on our side. I
Wow,
wonder
that
how
was
it
like
is on
a
the
funky
stream.
beat you just gave us.
Oh really?
Nice. Hold on. Let me try and adjust my bandwidth to
Oh.
you.
Interesting.
Is that any better? We probably sound a little tinny, but that's probably a little
Yeah,
better.
I found you a lot better. Yeah, that's a hell of a lot better.
Okay, great. Yeah,
Heck of a lot better.
heck of a lot better, Hope. But
Sorry, this isn't my show. Sorry.
oh no, it's fine. It's just it's
You want
a
to hear a girl
processor.
talk like a potty mouth to go to my shows.
This is true.
Okay. Thank you, live viewers, for your patience.
Yeah,
I'm
seriously.
almost ready to tweet this out here. Give me one more second. Where did that save? Oh, it saved to downloads.
So, how
Yes.
do you guys in the chat room usually spend your $5 or $10? I think. What about you, Amy? How do you spend like $5 or $10?
Well, lately getting to work. I mean,
Okay, here we go. I'm tweeting it out right now with the picture. I should probably.
right now it takes $6 a day to get me to work and back.
Oh.
You know, that is very, very valid. Is there anything that you might could like cut out and do to... I put you on the spot. I'm being a mean butt. I'm sorry. So here I've been calling Bill a mean butt, and I'm being the mean butt.
But you know what? I just tweeted it out, so success.
Woohoo! Finally.
We
Let's
have
go, people!
we have a successful tweet to Greenwish. I keep doing that all through the show. Go ahead and tag us, Greetings from Storybrooke too, while you're doing it. Lots and lots and lots of fun. Okay,
Okay.
so now to the main point of the episode. But I wanted to get that done because I didn't want to forget about it, right? And I wanted to lead by example.
Okay, that's fair. I'm good with it.
Okay, so Hope, what do we have up from our first once if? Which, if you don't know, what if scenarios about greetings about once upon a time.
No, it's all about us.
Yeah, so our first what if is, what if Regina had succeeded in eloping with Daniel? Well, for one, we wouldn't have a show, kind of.
Like, actually, I was thinking about this, and I think. Do you think Zelina would have ended up being Rumpel's chosen one to cast the curse at that point? Because he was training people in tandem.
He was training a lot of people, though, because I think there's a trifecta of women that he may have been also training.
I don't know. He seemed very against being paired with Zelina. So I think he would have probably found a way around using her. Unless
No.
it was absolutely necessary.
To ask a very valid question, Maleficent originally had the Dark Curse. Did they ever say how she got the Dark Curse? Because Regina had to go to her to get it.
They didn't. I don't know if they said that or
I
not.
don't think they did.
I thought I heard somewhere that it was like originally Regina's curse, but she traded it to Maleficent for something or something to that effect, like that in the pilot or something like that. I don't remember.
That sounds very familiar.
Yeah, but she went back and said, "I want it back," and it was that whole thing again or something.
So Maleficent is out of the picture on that one.
Yeah, let's see. So for one, Regina would be much happier, probably.
No, Regina would be dead.
Do you think? Why?
Her mother would have come after her and killed her.
Oh,
I agree, Marie. I think in the long run, Cora would have ran her down and either killed Daniel, and we would be right back where we started, or she would have killed both of them.
I think she'd have killed both of them if they'd have run off. If they'd have successfully run off, no matter how long they avoided her, at some point, it would happen.
You know what I would have liked to see? Young lovers on the run. What other couple in
Ooh, I had that
Misthaven do we know that is a young couple on the run?
That would be Snow and Charming.
Well, Snow and Charming, but they were on the run from Regina.
No, right, but then we also
No,
had...
I'm talking about from Once Wonderland.
Okay, that's why I had a note. Okay.
The knave?
Yeah, the knave.
Yes! If they'd have run into the knave and Anna, that one's Anna, the
Yeah.
other one's Anna.
Anna on a. But yeah, what if they had run into each other and then all gone to Wonderland together? That would have been pretty crazy.
And there's also the thing about Cora originally backstabbing Rumple. So there could have been a thing where Rumple could have stepped in to help Regina and made a deal with her to protect her from Cora.
Mm-hmm.
Just as a way for Rumple just to backstab Cora for dumping him. He doesn't do very well in breakups. He murdered one and corrupted the child of the other. He doesn't do very good with breakups. He should be on one of those MTV shows.
Yeah, he likes closure, and by closure I mean death.
Yeah.
Generally.
I'm just imagining Rumpelstiltskin on an MTV show. It's really funny.
Well, he's
Very sparkly,
Spring break.
You guys can't
still
see
do
this,
that.
but back on our set, Rumple's in a cardigan now, or a fluffy.
It's like a rabbit
fluffy
fur
white
cardigan,
sweater.
and it got in my contact, but we won't talk about that.
For Valentine's Day, you should give him hard eyes, little hard eyes.
Sold. Doing it. I'm writing it down.
Cool.
Sold.
Okay, so Amy, more thoughts on if Regina and Daniel had successfully eloped? Any other ideas?
I was thinking of Henry. What would have happened to Henry? Would he have maybe ended up with a family outside of Storybrooke and maybe not have known anything about the fairy tale world?
Actually,
if
John
by
and Michael.
chance they ended up there, if Storybrooke even existed, and if Storybrooke even existed, where would Daniel and Regina fall into Storybrooke? What would would Daniel be the husband of the mayor, or what that kind of thing?
Interesting.
If somehow Storybrooke came to life, even though Regina probably didn't really cast the curse.
He probably worked in the stables where Henry's horse lives.
Yeah, I could
Very
see that,
true.
yeah.
Because he was the stable boy.
But Henry, though, wouldn't, because remember in Welcome to Storybrooke, right after Regina gets Henry, as she's leaving, John and Michael from Peter Pan are there to pick Henry up because he has the heart of the truest believer. So Pan would have got Henry at birth.
So then who knows what would have happened?
Well, a baby's heart is much easier to take than a child's.
Well, significantly.
I don't know, I could see him becoming a junior Peter Pan, one of the Lost Boys or something like that. If that were to happen.
But he needed his heart.
Yeah, I forget when he was taking the heart. Would that destroy the heart? I can't remember. Or destroy him rather.
He had to take Henry's heart to finish the spell. When he took Henry's heart, I just remember him flying them up, and everybody was like, "Oh no!" And so I don't actually remember what happened to Henry's heart. I don't think he couldn't have obviously crushed it because Henry would be dead right now.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Wait, I thought the curse... Sorry, I'm trying to follow along in the chat room and you guys. Without the curse, Emma wouldn't have met Neil? Yes, he would have. That had nothing to do with the curse. Right?
Because someone...
No, it did.
Yeah, well, she came over
that's how
because
she
of
came
the
over.
curse, yeah.
See, this is where my mind is tonight, apparently. There's a lot going on in here.
Well, I think we need to first lay down the question. Who would possibly cast the curse and then deal with the Henry question? So who would then Rumple go to cast his curse to find May?
I could see Cora doing it.
Ooh.
Just to get back at Regina for leaving, maybe.
Yeah,
instead of, killing her would be the easy way out. If you want to make her suffer, make her forget about Daniel
Yeah,
in
actually,
the first place, or separate them somehow in Storybrooke.
yeah, Cora definitely probably would have done some sort of vengeful thing to Regina once they came to Storybrooke too, just because.
Yeah, it would have been ugly.
But I mean, Rumple was kind of grooming Cora towards that end too, so that makes total sense.
Interesting.
Yeah. Cora would be a really awesome but terrifying mayor. Worse than Regina.
Very terrifying.
She'd probably enslave the whole town to do her bidding.
But who would they be doing the bidding against?
I think Cora, though. I think Cora would have found a way to cast the curse without
Rumple.
While bringing magic along with her. I don't think
Oh,
Cora...
yeah, she wouldn't have gone without magic.
I don't think Cora would have come to the land without magic without figuring out a way to bring magic to the land without magic.
True.
But I think also, if Cora were in charge of Storybrooke, I forgot where I was going with this. It would be totally different. I think. Yeah, she would have magic, but I don't think Henry Sr. would be living. I mean, she would get. Oh, and yeah, I remember. She would be queen in a way. Like she always wanted to be royalty, that high up status. That could be another way of, I mean, she wouldn't be technically queen, but she would be in charge of a whole town.
That's true.
That makes sense.
So, but to cast the curse, Cora would have to kill what she loved most, which is pretty much she loves herself the most. She proved that in The Miller's Daughter. So whose heart would she destroy? Because she took out her own heart, and so would it be Rumple's heart? So then, like, Rumple would just be like, "Oh God, I got to the land, I'm dead."
Oh no, Rumple wouldn't let that happen.
No.
It would probably be the closest one to her is Henry Sr., right?
Yeah.
Her husband.
I don't think she really loves him though. I think they like.
What about
like
Zelina? I mean, that brief moment before he gave her up,
She did love
seemed
her.
kind of upset that she had to give her up.
That's true.
So maybe Zelina. I mean, that's the only other.
I just imagine Cora meeting Zelina training under Rumple, knowing that Cora has to cast the dark curse. That's a great idea.
Maybe we'll get it in flashback.
Spoilers!
Spoilers. Someone's coming back to Storybrooke soon. Amy, did you mention your point about Robin Hood here? I'm sorry, I'm a little distracted trying to make sure.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry, I forgot. I don't have the document open.
That's cool.
Robin Hood, yeah. If she goes off with Daniel, what happens to Robin Hood? If Robin Hood's supposed to be her true love, I mean, would we have another Robin Hood Marion situation just with Daniel and Regina?
Ooh.
Or would that kind of thing? I mean, would they end up would something happen to Daniel at the end of the, would he die eventually and then, Robin Hood and Regina get together, or would that kind of thing, or it could be even like a David, Mary, Margaret situation in season 1 for all we know, or they end up hating each other, like David and Daniel and Regina could end up hating each other at some point during their marriage or something.
That's true, because young love doesn't always mean forever love.
Yeah.
And they were definitely very young.
And here we go. I think we should be back.
Should be
hopefully
good.
we're back. Okay, we're back.
And we're back.
No, but I think definitely from a production standpoint, if nothing else, I think Robin coming
You guys are cutting out a little bit.
You guys are cutting out a lot.
Yeah.
No fun. Oh,
Oh, no.
It sounds like you're dropping a mad beat.
Awesome.
Nice.
Here, 1 second. I'm going to stop the recording for a second and go ahead and save it. Just to make sure we don't lose part of the episode or something. Sorry, live stream viewers. We're trying to fix it here.
Technical interestings.
Yeah, it's a whole new world sort of
Whole
thing.
new world.
Hey, have we improved any yet?
Hello?
I'm guessing we
Probably
haven't improved any yet. Hold on 1 second, guy. I can't even show.
It's a whole new world.
Oh yeah, we're behind.
A dazzling place I never knew. There was Bill.
No?
We are streaming, but the camera's all off. Give me a second to fix this, guys. Sorry about this.
Oh, please.
It's not going quite as well as it should. It's fine.
Ooh.
There we go. Let me get the camera settings back to good. Yeah, they should be seeing us now on the stream. Hopefully. We'll try and join this hangout again.
That we're hosting.
Yes, that we are.
We're
Okay,
doing
I'm going to
the
shut this down.
Oh no! I think we're still on there.
Hello?
Yeah.
Oh, hey! You guys are there! I can real.
We are. Sorry about that.
Snap the doodles.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, right?
It was interesting.
Man, I'm so sad that everybody in the chat didn't get to hear me sing A Whole New World. That was wonderful.
I don't know.
Part
Patty
of it,
said
I
they heard
guess.
part of it.
Nice. Okay, you guys talk for a second.
Talking. I can do talking.
Oh, I know exactly
Hey.
what was happening.
What?
But there's a Lord of the Rings and Frozen parody combined out there.
It's good stuff.
Is it good?
Now. Every time I see it, I'm just
Yeah.
like,
Well, they got
ugh.
Samwise and Let It Go, so I thought it was pretty funny.
Okay, I'm trying to think what to do here. Should I... Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna production standpoint, I think, Robin coming into Storybrooke, if nothing else, they'd probably end up shipping him with Emma, wouldn't they?
Oh.
Because
No.
the way he came in and the timing he came in. But I guess, they might have thrown him in the mix with her and Hook or something.
Oy.
Well, I mean, you could also just look at it from a Regina point of view. Like, I don't think any of Robin's storyline would have changed at all until the second or third the curse, the snow curse hit. But even then, would we even get the snow curse at all? Like, Robin would have just been like with his happy merry men going along, doing his Robin Hood thing, and nothing would have changed. I mean,
and Marion wouldn't have died because she originally died trying to
Save
go
Snow.
again to save Snow.
Yeah.
And if the curse, if Regina and Snow never had that initial fight, they wouldn't have been, chasing after each other, and Marion wouldn't have died.
I have
Therefore,
to address something in the chat. Some people like Hook, and I totally respect your decision. But as long as you guys are nice about it, we're gonna not have problems.
There's a hashtag get rid of Hook going on right now.
There's a hashtag get rid of Hook. I'm sorry, I'm having the technical issues. Like I need to crack some heads, I guess, in the chat. No, I'm just kidding. Totally kidding. No, but get rid of Hook. No.
But if you don't like Hook, that's fine. That's totally cool. But as long as you guys are respectful in the chat room about it, because I will defend Hook all day.
But I mean, you can get a little punchy in the chat room
there's
too.
Anne Marie doing Balefire forever.
Man, I am not over Neil's death.
Few of us are. Even those of us who were Captain Swan shippers are still a little distraught over Neil's death.
Completely distraught.
They were like, this is such bold writing to kill off Neil. And then we bring in the Duke of Weaseltown.
Oh, Whistleton.
Bold writing.
So my theory was always Neil would be with Emma in the end, but Hook was good for right now.
Well,
I always thought that Neil would actually make a better best friend and give, because he did care for both of them, and it was gonna be one of those things where Emma and Neil realized this was young love, but we're different people now, and so this isn't working, and he would be the greatest best friend to them.
Disagree. Disagree.
Emma has no friends.
I wanted Emma to take way too long making up her mind, and for Hook and Neil to get together themselves and just cut Emma out of the picture.
Okay.
We're tired of waiting for you, Emma.
Hookfire?
Hookfire? Yeah, Hookfire.
Hookfire 2015.
Hashtag Hookfire.
I am.
That's a wonderful. I just read a really great Hookfire fanfic. It was wonderful.
I was about to say there has to be fanfic out there somewhere.
No,
sure.
it was an AU, and Hook was in the 1930s, and he was a mob boss, and he took in Street Rat Bayfire and taught him the ways of the mob, and then they fell in love.
Nice.
Interesting.
I love those alternate time shifted realities and stuff in fan fictions.
Actually, we could go one of two ways, because we do have a what if about hashtags and Twitter, and we have another what if about what if Storybrooke had landed in another time period.
I like that.
Let's do that one.
I like that.
I like that one.
Okay, so what if Storybrooke had been created in another time period, maybe the Revolutionary War, or Prohibition era, or the Civil War, or Roman Empire?
Or 2099. Storybrooke 2099.
With the Spider-Man.
Yes, exactly. Okay, so let's pick a historical period, and then I'd like to talk far future, too. So Amy and Hope, you guys pick the period, and we'll hash it out.
I'm going to say Revolutionary War, because Michael Raymond James was just in Sons of Liberty, and actually Angel, who is in the chat room, and that's my writing partner, we were talking about this idea of Balefire being Paul Revere, and then we started hashing it out that Bale could have came back from Neverland in the 20s or something, and could have possibly fought in World War II or something.
That's legit. Could have happened.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
That comes from our theory that if you're in Neverland a long time, you have residual and you age slowly, and that's what. And so that was our theory, and so that was the idea of ours, that he actually was Paul Revere. And if you haven't seen Sons of Liberty, you're missing out, because Michael Raymond James was fantastic as Paul Revere.
It's on my list of many, many things to watch.
I do think from a medieval Europe-centered land to the revolutionary America, that's kind of like a lateral move for them, though, as far as like technology and medicine and everything. Well, I guess probably a little better medicine and stuff like that. And Ben Franklin was kicking around too.
The difference is guns.
Guns.
Oh,
Very true.
Very true.
Yeah.
Guns versus swords.
Yeah, and magic versus guns.
Magic.
Which doesn't always work for David or Emma.
Do you think that let's say it's a post-curse Revolutionary War or whatever, do you think that the Storybrooke characters would regard things like guns or electricity or anything like that as a sort of magic?
Yes.
Because it's so much more advanced from what they had?
Well,
It actually kind of seemed that way in Wonderland. In Wonderland, when Alice and Cyrus came over to Storybrooke.
That's what I was just thinking when they're like sitting there like flipping the lights.
Yeah, and they were asking the rabbit if it was magic and stuff like that. So
I just
like that. Yeah.
I just have this idea of Dopey being like, "What's this?" and like kills a man. He's just like, "Ah."
I could see that too, honestly.
Though from the Regina point of view, if they went into Revolutionary War, America at the time was very anti-monarchy and anti the king. So if she shows up and she's like, "I'm the queen," they'd be like, "Oh, get out of our land."
What if Rumpel sided with the British and helped them win the Revolutionary War?
Rumps.
What was that?
Benedict Arnold. He'd be Benedict Arnold Rumps.
I like that. Benedict
Arnold
Rumps.
Arnold Rumps.
That'd be fun. Like, then that would set not just Storybrooke, but the entire
world,
country of America on a whole different course.
Yeah. Wonderbook. Sorry.
I did read an Elseworld story, a Superman Elseworld story years ago about the Revolutionary War and if Britain had won, and it was basically we came up to modern day, but because England was still in charge of the states and everything.
We drink a lot of tea.
Well, they kind of held them back, like in technology and stuff. So flash forward to modern day, and it's pretty much how it was back then. And it's also a bit because Superman was a very powerful character, like Rumpel.
Yeah.
Was leading. He was basically the agent of England in the States. So he just a very powerful person like that. They want to keep things how they are. So Superman kind of just chilled all technological innovation, didn't allow for a free press, anything like that. And so it was basically the same in the 1700s in America as it was in modern day.
Interesting.
I could see that though. I could see Rumpel.
Doing
just
being
a
like,
similar
"We're
thing.
just gonna stay right here. You people don't need advancement. We'll just hang on to this."
What do you think, Amy? We haven't heard from you yet. Did we get lost?
Amy, did you get like any of that?
Yeah.
Awesome. We're cutting out again. Great. I love that.
I got nothing.
Good.
And it was a good point.
I got
too.
Superman.
I got Superman.
I got Superman. That's all I got.
Awesome.
Though I gotta say,
What happened?
like my girl, and she's pointing out in the chat room that Whale would have actually been like really well used, which he would have been ahead of his time then, because if Whale's world, Frankenstein is 1818, Frankenstein itself is set in the late 1700s, so he would have been about 30 years medicine-wise in front of everybody. So he would have been like a medicine god.
Interesting. So then it definitely would have been like magic.
Are you guys getting us again at all?
Yeah. My Java crashed, so I got to get off the chat room again. Bye, guys.
Man, all sorts of technological issues tonight.
It's not just us.
Good. Well, I'm glad it's not just us, though. Definitely.
It's true. Well, yeah, and Scotty's video had restarted. He was the only one where it started over.
Oh, nice.
Or at least the only one claiming that it started
awesome.
over. So.
Technical. We should call this technical run through.
Nice. Okay.
No, but
So this is the rehearsal, right? We're gonna go do the show again here in a minute.
Yeah. Yep. This is the full dress.
Oh no, we're too far in now. We're too far in now. But actually, you know what? I'm gonna say, why don't we give it over to Hope and Amy for a few minutes, because you guys are coming over to us just fine.
So we'll let you speak.
You guys hash it out for a couple minutes since you have a better back and forth than we do.
All right. Well, Amy, in that case, why don't you pick your era and we'll discuss it?
I was thinking more like the 40s, like maybe World War II era kind of thing. Just wondering what would happen there with everything that would have been going on.
You know, the character that just popped into my head was Hook in that one, because it's heavily implied in good form that the reason why the king wanted the Dream Shade was, to quote the episode, like he was going to knock out a species, and so a lot of knock out a race, and so a lot of people thought it was like that's why it was based in the Ogre's Wars and stuff. But with the Holocaust, like I could see like Hook just being like, "Whoa, that's how I lost my brother." Heck no, back it up.
I can also kind of see David as a soldier, in a way.
I just saw like David at D-Day. David Day.
David Day.
Is it too soon? It's been like, what, 80 years?
Saving Private Charming.
Yay!
Wait, what was it? I missed it.
Oh.
Saving Private Charming.
Yes.
That just like made my night, Bill.
Good. I'm glad you guys got it with all the technical issues.
But I mean, oh man, though, like even then, there'd be a lot of characters, like pretty much all the women still wouldn't have as many rights. I mean, if you look at even just like the example of like Agent Carter on ABC with Once Upon a Time.
That's what I actually thought of when I was trying to think of an era.
Yeah, like the women would not be an equal. Like Regina would not be in a mayor position. Like Snow would be perfect as a school teacher. Emma would be. I don't know how Emma would fit into all that.
I don't know, but I think Regina would not have it. She'd be like, "Screw this! I'm doing whatever I want."
Ruby would be that character in Agent Carter, like the waitress that gets hit on by all the men, and Emma would be the Agent Carter character coming in and like messing up the patriarchy.
That sounds about right.
So yeah, man, that'd be interesting to think of. Like, no rights Regina, not in power. Like, what would she do? What would she do all
have
day?
it. I'm telling you, she would figure out a way to be the most powerful person in the world or something.
She would, if she needed to, she would dress as the man, probably.
Yeah.
Like she would put like a glamour on or something.
Or get Sydney, or get a lackey to do it for her.
Yeah, though I was reading like one of the best doctors. Oh God, what war was it? It wasn't World War II, but it was a very similar modern war. And she was one of the best doctors in the world, but she was always just like a man. And so like she lived like 40 years as this like world-renowned doctor, and they didn't realize she was a woman until they buried her, and they took off her clothes to change her clothes, and they were like, "Oh, boobs."
Oh wow.
Interesting. As Scotty pointed out in the chat room, but would it still be like Storybrooke if they aren't interacting with the rest of the world? Like it could still be very woman-centric, I guess.
Yeah.
Because they don't really.
Then let's go ahead. I was gonna say, well, it depends. Like season 1 and season 2 are very different, because in season 1 they would all have 1940s memories, so they would probably be doing like bail bonds and like grabbing like scrap metals and stuff like that, and like because like their minds are in that world. But once the curse breaks, then they could be like, we don't care about the world.
We have our own bubble.
Live in the bubble.
Man, Storybrooke would be like the place to be.
Kidding.
Okay. Let me propose this real quick. What if
Storybrooke in space?
No, I like it. That's not what I was proposing though. What if Storybrooke, the town, was created exactly as it is in the show, in the middle of the Revolutionary War, and then the walls fell and they were able to go out, but they had access to all modern technology and stuff within Storybrooke.
Ooh.
Like,
So wait, they have internet in Storybrooke, but they cross the town line and they're in 1776.
exactly. You can only tweet within the town limits. So.
But there'd be like no one to tweet with but like Grumpy, who is like the town gossip girl.
He seriously is.
He'd be the town crier, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
No, everybody knows.
A curse is coming, a curse is coming.
Grumpy's not worth. Grumpy the character is not worth it to follow on Twitter. All he tweets out are like Journey videos and stuff. Like it's like a constant stream of Journey videos.
Journey wouldn't be around.
This is true. But no, they have modern technology, so they have modern... I don't know, there's some sort of wormhole or something. Why don't we move on to the next
There's always a
topic?
wormhole.
I just see them like. Have you guys ever seen that commercial of like George Washington like storming a battlefield and like a ford and like the British are running away on their horses? I just imagine that being Rumple, just like strolling like driving across Bunker Hill, being like, "Don't look at the whites of their eyes, dearies."
I love it.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic.
I just made myself laugh. No, man, Bill, I just thought of something. If we do go into the future and it's Storybrooke in space, when the Wraith attack, would it be like the episode Midnight of Doctor Who?
I could see that. I could definitely see, like, kind of like a one-room drama kind of thing. I like that. Very much
Okay,
so.
well, let's set up our space odyssey of Once Upon a Time. Where should they reside? In far space or on, like, Mars or something?
I think... actually, like a colony on Mars. Like they're all like little domed. This is just how the colonies are built. They're all like little domed villages and stuff. And Storybrooke is just one of them. But they can see all the other colonies, but they can't travel to them because not only do they have the dome, but they have the magic.
So would all the colonies, other domed colonies, be the other worlds? Like one dome would be Wonderland, one is like Neverland, one is like Oz.
I kind of like that. Like maybe sort of like a combination.
Since we had Frozen.
Arendelle, exactly. No,
they got left on Earth before the polar ice caps melted.
I kind of dig that kind of a thing like Brainiac's ship from the Superman comics. Like he went around and collected all the different worlds and made them colonies on Mars. I like that.
Would it be then like dome on dome warfare?
Like I would like it if all the other worlds were maybe something like Storybrooke would be like the central captured world or whatever. So if all the other worlds destroy Storybrooke, then they get to go back to their own worlds and get off of Mars. The Storybrooke Wars.
The Hunger Games. Sorry.
I feel like there's like a pre-world, like a precursor and a post-curse. So in pre-curse world, of course they would all be cursed and have their memories. So there could be like almost like Storybrooke is like Washington D.C. and they have like this, but like you could do like Wonderland being like, I don't know, the poorest of the domes. So they have to try and get resources from the other domes, and that's why they have a mafia and an underworld, and and so it's like dome on dome versus trying to get like supplies and and stuff. But once the curse breaks, they all know who they are, and it changes.
And the only person who has a teleporter to go between the domes is Jefferson.
Oh, you had to.
I had to.
Or would it be Ariel, since you can technically swim to different worlds?
I like it.
A space mermaid.
A space mermaid.
Oh, through like that ice of Mars, because they have ice on Mars.
They do.
True story.
An ice mermaid.
An ice mermaid.
Man.
Huh.
I like it. Storybrooke in space.
Storybrooke
2099 in space.
It's next season. It's going to be season 5A. They're going to go to space.
Don't even joke about it. They will. Don't even.
And then 5B, they'll be at Hogwarts.
I'd be okay with that.
I think the majority of Once fans would be okay with that.
I'm sure too.
Yeah, like Henry goes to Hogwarts and all the kids go with
Henry
them.
goes to Hogwarts. It's like a Christmas special.
Nice.
I just imagine him singing a Harry Potter musical. I'm sick of Storybrooke and waiting around. Bam, bam. I'm very singy tonight. So,
welcome to our show.
Yeah, everybody. Hope sings a lot, even though she can't sing. So, anyone else for that one? Or can I throw out another one?
I think we've fleshed out Storybrooke in space pretty well. Definitely.
Yeah.
All right. How are we doing on time, Bill? One or two more?
Probably two more, just because we had that couple minutes cut out with the technical stuff. So yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna do one more serious one and then our game. Okay. So, all right, I do want to talk about what if Once Upon a Time started before Twitter became a thing? Because 7 years ago, 7, 8, 10 years ago, when a show came out, there was no really instant reaction. You had to wait until like Entertainment Weekly or TV Guide had like a review of the episode from the previous week. But now with this whole Twitter age, fandom as a whole has changed. And the reason I brought this one up is because I personally study fandoms in my own podcast, Hope of All Trades.
A great show. I've been on it a couple times.
Yes, thank you. But like fandom has changed over the years, and like where fandoms used to be just mainly like conventions, or you might have meetups and stuff like that. I mean, I know even me growing up, like I would have a few friends and like a few things, but I never talked with the rest of the world. And Twitter, like for example, brought all of us together. You know, I would have never met you guys or Amy, and like so like it has changed the face of fandom for both good and for the bad,
and for evil.
And it's a very like instant reaction. Like people could be like, "Here, Adam, I loved / and or hated this episode."
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to talk to any of the actors or anything like that. I mean, you wouldn't be able to express your feelings towards whatever is going on to your, to the people working on the show. Yeah,
and the fans definitely wouldn't be steering some creative decisions on the show as much either. I'm not saying that Adam and Eddie listen to everything the fans say, but they do take it into account.
Yeah.
Like,
when there's an overwhelming arc. Yeah.
What was that, Amy?
We wouldn't get much behind the scenes stuff either, like how Adam and Eddie, tweet the pictures of the script titles and stuff like that. We wouldn't get that kind of stuff without Twitter.
Man, I miss their podcast from season 2.
Oh, yeah, the one that they did for every episode?
Yeah, that was so good.
The official one.
Yeah, like Adam and Eddie, if you guys don't know, had their own podcast for like season 2, and they were doing like behind the scenes and like their like thought process, and it was great.
But I definitely think, Hope, what you said there, like the instant reaction, like that's like the biggest difference, because I'm old. I'm really old. And back in the day, I used to be a part of a big fandom based around a show on ABC Sunday nights at 8 p.m.
Here we go.
Lois and Clark, The New Adventures of Superman. I don't know if you've heard of it. If not, check it out.
I used to watch that.
Oh, yeah. Great show. Probably Dean Cain was really my Superman for a number of years. So
I can only see him as Superman now. Anytime I see him on TV, it's Superman.
Yeah.
To me.
Oh, definitely. Like, I don't think I've ever watched anything he's done since, just because I was like, I can't see him as anything but Clark Kent / Superman, so why bother?
Yeah, that's me too.
But anyway, I was pretty heavily involved in the fandom for Lois and Clark back then, and we did, we did kind of have live reactions to episodes, but it was all sort of, it was all in big chunks instead of just like, hey, that was a funny joke. Hey, that was a funny thing that happened. Because we pretty much communicated over something called a listserv, which you might be familiar with from university or something like that. It's basically like an email discussion list, and you could choose to get all of the messages for the day. Okay, I think we're back now. Okay, so so you would sign up for this listserv and then get the emails as they come in, and you could start conversations and stuff. It works just like your email now does, except you'd be emailing to one email address, which would send it out to the entire list. So, relationships were built there. We even had something called I never got to go, but a convention, like a fan convention out in LA. They had called Folk Fest for a number of years, FOLC, Fans of Lois and Clark Fest, where they got to like go tour the sets at the Warner Brothers studios and meet the actors and stuff like that. And there were I got some good opportunities from that too. Like something that really helped me as I was transitioning back into school, as far as like getting put into an advanced placement English class and everything, was
what?
Everything okay, guys?
You're breaking up again. You're like, I was in an advanced class of opportunity.
You would slow down and then really just pick back up.
You're talking about how like you're in this very advanced class, but you're just like opportunity.
Right. So it sounded like I was drunk or something. Awesome.
Please, we're the greatest.
We may have crossed the line.
Yeah. But whatchamacallit,
by the way, you're breaking up some.
I can tell.
Just to let you know.
You know what? I think maybe this should be a short one, Sif, just because of all the technical issues, and I hate to put out like with a million breaks and stuff. I'm gonna have to edit it anyway, but you know what? We'll get this figured out, and it definitely won't take any bandwidth to have Amy back for our next one along with Michael. Are you down for that, Amy? It's on President's Day.
Yeah, I can do that.
Excellent,
Yeah, just
excellent.
give me time and day.
Yeah.
In 2 weeks.
On President's Day, that is like a week from today.
It's a week?
No, it's 2 weeks because it's 23rd.
Yeah, President's Day the 16th, love.
Oh, is it the 16th?
Okay, it's next Monday.
Okay, so next
Yes, sir.
week.
Next week we'll try this again.
Yeah, we'll get this all figured out. But let's see. We'll start with Amy. Amy, where can people find you online?
Twitter mostly, at Amy1102.
And Hope.
And
Oh, sorry.
no, that's fine.
Okay.
That was it.
Hope.
You can find me on my blog, geekygirlexperience.com, or on Twitter at Hope Mullinax.
Excellent. Anne-Marie.
You can find me on Twitter at amdsimone, and I have a blog, crunchycrafty.com.
And as for me, you can find me sitting at this computer until I nail this problem down so we can have a extra length once if next week.
So true.
So sorry for all the technical issues and everything. We will get it fixed back up. I'm going to do a long form test beforehand just to make sure we have it right. But what was that, Hope?
So if you want, I'll move on the document, the Twitter one to the top, and we'll start with that one next week.
I like that. I like that very
let's do
much. And I'll talk